Welcome back, Boruto fans! Chapter 17 of 2 Blue Vortex is here. I'll be breaking it down, reacting by voiceover, and sharing my thoughts every step of the way. And of course the usual commentary and memes you would normally see in these reactions if you've been following me for a while. So grab your kunai, and let's get into the action! Oh yeah!
And there's a change going on in this world right now, yeah.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. And here we go. And so we have Arya and Yodo on the cover, and some pink booties. Those are really pink booties right there. And the chapter is called Wild Beast Cubs. Alright, so let's see what epicness awaits us in this chapter. It looks like this is some type of flashback of some kind. An inner monologue that Sumari has. So she says, you might want to try putting yourself in Boruto's shoes. And we get reaction from Sarada, and then looks like there's a little bit more from Sumari. Do you really think he likes having to keep things from us? Has there been even a moment when you've reflected on his pain? Not just Boruto's feelings, but mine too.
Just like a woman.
Alright, the conversation of empathy here. Cool. So, we are now at page 3, and looks like this is a flashback moment of Sarada just speed blitzing Boruto with a hug, and Sumari then goes on with her inner monologue. Her thoughts and feelings say, when you were in front of me, did you think about my feelings at all? Even just a little bit? And then looks like we get a reaction, a facial expression here from Sarada. And looks like Mitsuki kind of catches on to this here of there's something that is going on with her specifically. So then we got page 4. And so we got the Shinju, Matsuri, people have been calling her Matsuri, which I like Matsuri, I like pronouncing it that way. And then the Shiki clone Ryu, not to be confused with the Street Fighter character there. Matsuri says, according to the trees, Boruto himself placed the toad here, so he was definitely here. And Shinki clone Ryu says, what trees? This is a desert. And Matsuri educates them, they're everywhere, even deep below ground.
Yeah.
And so the team of teams here is on this cliff, mountain structure, landscaping here. Yodo has like some kind of sensory ability. She can hear things from far away. Looks like she's listening in. And then there's more dialogue between the Shinju trees here. Looks like this is Matsuri. She says, by using the trees' voices to track him, we'll be sure to run into Boruto or perhaps his accomplice. And so Yodo, then she gives feedback and just her own analysis here. She says, those two definitely came here to pursue Boruto. And from the way she talks, Matsuri does seem to have sensory type abilities. So it might be a matter of time. Wait, let me read that again. So it might be a matter of when, not if, she catches on to us. Now it's kind of a weird sentence there. I wish they would have just wrote that a little better. But anyway, now we got Konohamaru. He then says, okay, everything's lining up with our intel so far. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
Sarada has zoned out here a bit, and I hope she doesn't get like some kind of mental nerf because of what happened with Sumari.
Just like a woman.
Damn women, no matter what age. But anyway.
Yeah, all conversations are put aside right now, you know what I mean?
And then looks like Mitsuki and Konohamaru, looks like they are expressing some concern with Sarada. What's going on, Sarada? Are you alright? And then Sarada says, oh, sorry, I'll focus, I promise. Yodo has something to say. She says, Master Konohamaru? We go to the next page panel here. She then says, so if we take Ryu down and get a hold of this Thorn Bulb, we can bring Shinki back? Or what I've been calling the alien potato fruit. And then looks like Konohamaru, he then replies, apparently, if our intel is correct, we're operating on that premise at least.
Super guarantee!
And then Yodo says, I swear, I will do my best. Looks like Arya then says, Yodo, I beg you, please don't do anything reckless. That's right, let's everyone just stay focused. Remember the game plan, whatever that is. I'm sure it's going to be revealed soon. So then we're now at page 8. Then Yodo says, quit telling me what to do, Arya. I'm going to do whatever it takes to rescue Shinki. And then, of course, there's a reply back from Arya, Yodo. And then she replies with, I told you to shut it, or else I'll shut you up. And Konohamaru looks like he has to be the parent here. He says, stop it, you two.
Yeah, all conversations are put aside right now, you know what I mean?
The last thing we need is you fighting.
Yeah.
And then Yodo says, sorry, we're always like this. It won't affect the mission. It's almost like a sibling rivalry, and then Sarada is just feeling a bit nervous, but man, I'm actually liking the headband on her head. Why wasn't that done like from the very beginning of the manga?
Put aside right now.
Anyway, page 9. Then we have Konohamaru. He has his own side commentary-ish. Just to be safe, I'll ask again. Do all of you understand the plan?
I have trust issues now.
And then Mitsuki, the good ninja he is, he says, yes, sir. Though I wonder if it'll really work. It's like Konohamaru is still talking here, but we get like a good 5-shot little frame panel here, and then it goes on with, don't you start now.
Trust issues.
We've come too far not to proceed. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got the Shinju just standing over the damn frog, Toad. And then looks like Matsuri, looks like she senses something, telling by that little glare of glares. Alright, let's find out what happens next. Page 10. Alright, so looks like Konohamaru, Sarada, and Mitsuki, they're just walking in the desert, just also casually. Alright, this is interesting. I mean, Sun Tzu said it best, all warfare is based on deception. So let's see what kind of ninja practices are going to be happening here. So then we have Konohamaru, he says, you two over there, who are you? What are you doing here? Then the Shinki clone, Ryu, says, Elder, ninja approaching. And looks like Matsuri, she has like these, her eyes just widen here. It's almost like they're dilating here of some kind of emotion or feeling. Oh boy, is she gonna get wet?
The cream, yeah.
Well, anyway, that's inappropriate, I know. So page 11, she then says, Saratobi Konohamaru. And then he then says, we are Konoha Shinobi. We've been following the rebel Boruto's trail. What about you? And then Shinki, he then replies, well, it looks like he's really focused on Matsuri. He says, it seems like they don't know who we are. So what's the plan, Elder Matsu? And then looks like it cuts off. All right, so what's going to happen next on page 12? Looks like she is blushing. Oh yeah, she's deep in her feelings.
Just like a woman.
Oh baby, that's right. How do you get a Shinju wet? Well, again, that's an inappropriate comment there. So then Ryu says, Elder, we got this perfect paneling here. We got Konohamaru, and then we got Matsuri with her blush. Like, let's zoom in on that. Wow, that's some really good expression there. Too bad it's in black and white, but still, that's really invoking that facial emotion there. And then Matsuri says, I'm feeling a bit off. You do the talking, Ryu. So she cannot gather words. All right, this was a great plan so far. All right, then Ryu's a bit stunned here. He's like, huh? So you want me to do the talking? Like, what do I even say? So he's a bit caught off guard. So this is so far a good plan already. So let's see how this develops. So then Sarada is just kind of looking here. And then, listen, Konohamaru, a voiceover from Shikamaru. We're going to go to like a flashback of like a briefing here of the mission. Then Shikamaru says, your mission isn't just to take the divine trees down. It's crucial that you collect their thorn bulbs. And then Konohamaru says, thorn bulbs? Alien potato fruit. You're going to collect the alien potato fruit so we can have some really nice shinobi omelet. Shikamaru says, I believe you've seen one. It's the thing that appeared when Hidari was defeated. Konohamaru says, oh, that! That's right, look at this. Look at this, an alien potato fruit. I stand corrected. And then so Shikamaru says, if we return them to their trees, we can bring Moegi and Shinki back. And then Konohamaru says, for real?
Super guarantee.
Yep, that's right. That's right, Konohamaru. No cap on this.
Yeah.
Shikamaru even says, the intel is solid. Matsuri's thorn bulb will restore Moegi, and Ryu's Shinki. Alright, no cap on that, no cap on that. He verified it himself. Shikamaru, he says, conversely, if we don't retrieve those thorn bulbs, Matsuri and Ryu will keep resurrecting. And then he then goes on to say, in short, fighting them is useless if we can't take their thorn bulbs. And then looks like Konohamaru, he's listening intently. And then he says, it looks like this is more of a voiceover from that time of that Hidari-Jura conflict there from a few chapters ago. And so looks like it's really just Shikamaru just still talking. And he says, after Boruto defeated him, Hidari's thorn bulb flew off somewhere. And Konohamaru says, are you saying Hidari is back among the living? Shikamaru says, it's likely. Now we're at page 16. Then Konohamaru, he then replies with, so the gist of our mission is to subdue the divine trees and collect their thorn bulbs, correct? But, Lord Eighth, how do you come by this intel? And of course we got Shikamaru with that legendary poker face there. He's not going to reveal his hand. He never did, and you never will.
The Queen.
I swear, he's like the best shinobi ever since probably like the second Hokage. So Konohamaru says, it's versity aside, this is way more information than what we gleaned from Boruto's interrogation. And then Shikamaru says, sorry, Konohamaru, but that's beyond your clearance. It's classified. Get over it. Do your damn mission. That's right. Put your foot down. Run it.
Things are in proper perspective.
So then we get on page 17. Looks like Konohamaru was a bit stunned by that reply, and then Shikamaru says, I judge the accuracy of any intel and how much of it to disclose. You have a problem with that? Konohamaru says, no. That's right. He is running things. So then, we got the Toad. Kashin Koji's Toad here. It's right by the left side of his beard, right there. Let me try to zoom in even more. Yeah, right here. That is some good artwork here. Loving it. And then we end with, regarding your mission, I have a particular strategy in mind for how to fight them based on the intel. Now we're at page 18. More dialogue here, but it's valuable dialogue, so listen closely, and of course I'll try my best to have some screenshots of these panels, but due to copyright reasons, I cannot show you every single panel. I'm sure you understand. And so Shikamaru says, the divine trees are monsters possessing high combat abilities, and they each have targets such as you and Sarada, who they seek to devour. So naturally, we have no choice but to consider them foes and confront them. Shikamaru goes on with, yet this antagonistic relationship is relative. There is no conclusive evidence that these divine trees are intrinsically evil. It's a good point. That's a very good point. They're practically children that are still trying to learn right and wrong here, so that's a very good point. So then Konohamaru says, huh? And then Shikamaru then goes on with, what I'm trying to say is that in my personal opinion, they seem similar to newly born offspring of wild beasts. Very good analysis. I'm loving it. So we're now at page 19. Konohamaru says, wild beast cubs? Dun dun dun! The exact title. Shikamaru then says, I don't think they have true evil intent. At least for the time being. They are merely animals that react on instinct. But because they have dangerous strength, they pose a great threat to us humans. And looks like Konohamaru then says, then it doesn't change the fact that they're foes that we need to defeat, right? Where are you going with this? And then we end the set of panels with Shikamaru with his legendary poker face. Looks like he's about to say something else important. So now, page 20. Shikamaru says, "Friends, Konohamaru. Become friends with them." And of course, he's just a bit stunned here. Stunned as in he has a stunned reaction. He's like, what? I don't even know how to even react to this intel you're giving me. So then, of course, he says, huh? What? And then Shikamaru says, win them over. Tame them while these wild beasts are still innocent couplings. And then betray them. Oh man, this is a good panel right here. Betray them. Dun, dun, dun. Betray them. Give them trust issues at the last moment.
I have trust issues.
All right. That's truly a ninja thing to do anyway. I mean, Sun Tzu said it best, all warfare is based on deception. Yep, he is playing the art of war here. He is really following Sun Tzu's principles. So then, Shikamaru then replies with, did your heart reel just now? Don't allow it to. This is a perfect plan if you truly consider them nothing but foes. Get them to drop their guard so you can kill them. Yeah, kill them. Drop them. Get them to drop their guard so you can kill them. That's right.
I have trust issues.
All warfare is based on deception, Konohamaru. You're a ninja. You knew exactly what you signed up for. So, with that being said, we end with this panel on this page. Shikamaru says, Naruto probably wouldn't take this route, but I'm not him. I propose this tactic to get rid of these superhuman monsters for the survival of humankind. Damn right. He is really letting you know that I run things. Naruto's not here. I run things. You're gonna fucking do this shit. That's right.
That's exactly right.
So now we're on page 22. We're now back to the present. We got from right to left, Sarada being stunning as ever, Konohamaru, the leader, spearheading this operation, and then we've got Mitsuki.
Proper perspective.
They have approached the two Shinju, and Konohamaru opens up with a greeting. I am Commander Konohamaru. You're a commander now? Okay. Congratulations, Konohamaru. I never knew you were a commander. Alright, so anyway, it says, these two are Sarada and Mitsuki. And you? It looks like based off of the eye alignment, he is talking directly to Matsuri, and then Ryu is just really doesn't know what to say here, or maybe he's about to say something. So then we're on page 23. He then finally replies with, I am Ryu, and this is, look at that blush. Look at that blush. Oh, wow. And it's almost like she's hiding behind Ryu, and then Ryu says, Elder Matsuri, are you okay? You seem off.
The queen.
Alright, the battle of the feelings with these women. Yeah! Anyway, she then says, oh man, the blush. The blush is really strong, even though this is all in black and white. She says, I don't know.
Just like a woman.
And then Arya and Yodo, they are watching, and of course Yodo has her sensory hearing ability, so she knows exactly how this conversation's going down. So then, from page 23 to page 24, Konohamaru says, Ryu and Matsuri, eh? Nice to meet you. Aw, you're so friendly, Konohamaru, and you're gonna be backstabbing them any moment now. How cold of you! But
I have trust issues.
it's all about the game of being a ninja. You've been searching for Boruto too? Then our goals are the same. We're looking for him also. We'd love to join forces. And then Ryu says, well, Elder? And then she says with that strong blush, sure, I guess. Just like a woman, said Skeletor. And then Konohamaru, he kneels down, he examines the toad, and he says, this toad is a spy used by Boruto and his accomplice. We need to investigate what it was doing here. Page 25, looks like Mitsuki. He's a bit of in a long shot here of this upper panel. He then says, I found a piece of metal. It might be one that Boruto uses for teleportation. Then looks like one of the Shinju replies, and this is Ryu. He says, for real?
That's exactly right.
Yep, no cap. No cap at all. It's actually true. They're really not lying. That's how Boruto teleports. So anyway, Konohamaru says, we might find other clues. Why don't we comb the area? And it looks like Konohamaru is giving some orders here. He says, let's split up. Sarada, Mitsuki, you check over there. Sarada says, Roger. And then Konohamaru says, you're Matsuri, right? And then Blush, once again, is strong. She's affected by his charming riz. Oh yeah. Make sure you do that Pump action, Konohamaru. Joking, of course, that's inappropriate, I know. So, Konohamaru says, what's the matter? Are you not feeling well? And we get some deep feelings that she reveals here. She then says, looks like this is her inner monologue. I'm having trouble breathing. Why? What's wrong with me? You have discovered love. Oh, yeah.
That's exactly right.
Is your heart fluttering? How does it feel? So then we're on page 27. Sarada says, Ryu, we found other stuff that might be Boruto's. Over that way too. And he's like, for reals? Maybe he's still in the vicinity? Now this might be an actual lie, so I can already sense a trap, which is good. So then Mitsuki says, our other comrades are waiting near there. Let's go to them. I'll introduce you. And then Shinki is like, but Elder Matsuri's. And then looks like Konohamaru. He's really got her where he needs her. Oh yeah. Remember that pump action. Remember that pump action, Konohamaru. So then he says, don't worry. We've got this swath covered. Leave it to us. That's right. Leave it to them. Now we transition to page 28. Sarada says, see, Master has things under control. Come. And man, Ryu. Ryu is quite a naive one here, but I mean, he literally was just born only like a few hours ago. Maybe a day ago. So anyway, Shinki says, phew, what a relief. You Konoha ninja are seriously nice peeps. Just like I was told. And then looks like Sarada then has to react to this. Huh? Elder Jura is full of respect for you. Oh, he's our boss man. And Sarada says, Jura. All right. And then looks like we get another flashback of the briefing of the mission details. So then we're back at the Hokage office here, Hokage building. Shikamaru says, and Konohamaru, there's a reason I picked you for this mission. And says, huh? No pullout. So then Shikamaru says, do you know why you're Matsuri's target? It's cause she bears romantic feelings towards you. And Konohamaru is shocked. It says, wait, what? And then Shikamaru then says, although it seems Matsuri herself is not aware of this, or rather, she has no idea what the emotion she is feeling is. That's right. You're going to be putting on the Riz. Remember that pump action. So then, page 31, Shikamaru says, so this plan may put her in a state of turmoil. If it does, that will likely give us a favorable edge. Then Konohamaru, he's a bit overwhelmed by this information. He says, isn't that a bit much? And then Shikamaru has to reiterate and say, I told you, be heartless. Divine trees are our enemy. And then Shikamaru says, according to our intel, either Matsuri or Ryu will show up. Worst case, the two of them together. Facing both at the same time will not go well for us. Towards the end of this panel here, he then concludes with, so you'll need to find a way to separate them as amicably as possible. Take charge of the situation. That's right. You are a commander for a reason. Never know you got promoted to commander. So congrats there. Congrats, Konohamaru. Always believed you, despite trash talking about you. But anyway, so then we continue on the Riz by Konohamaru with Matsuri. Sorry, I'm just examining if she has anything in her trunk. It's not bad. A little bit more artwork, but maybe she'll match Delta one day. Anyway, so then, Konohamaru, he's really just glaring at her with, man, like, these are eyes of malicious intent. It's like predatory eyes, like, he's ready. He is ready to, like, smash, and I'm not talking about, like, the sexual kind either. I'm talking about, like, smash her into pieces here. But, I mean, you can smack some cheeks if you'd like. So anyway, Konohamaru says, you look like you need a break. Want to sit somewhere and talk? And oh, and of course she complies with it, and oh, how romantic. Too bad someone's going to get murdered here, so how romantic. So then we're at page 33. Konohamaru says, well, are you feeling any better? And still blushing. The blush is just so obvious there, so obvious. So Matsuri replies with, I don't know. This just isn't like me. And Konohamaru says, you sure about that? And the blush just continues there. I don't think it's necessarily weird for you to get this way, you know? Page 34. All right, looks like we're back at Ada's place here, and let's see here. Looks like, all right, so Ada, however you want to pronounce it. And looks like, who is talking? Is this her talking or somebody else? See, it might be that frog or toad, I mean, in her hair. If you can see it, you can barely see it since it's all black and white. But looks like it's the toad talking. Says, Ida, I want to know what's happening in sand. Can you take a look right now? And then Ida says, what about that geezer? So she's referring to the bug clone there. And so the toad says, Mamushi should be at their base. No chance of him seeing you. Then Ida has to scoff and reply, you better not be wrong. So then she activates her Senragon, her surveillance ability, which is super cool. So then, page 35, we got Kashin Koji and Boruto. They are back at their hideout. And then Kashin Koji says, it's going well so far. Or at least they've succeeded in separating them. And then Boruto says, what happens next? Page 36. So Kashin Koji says, Konohamaru is keeping Matsuri occupied. Ideally, Sarada and the other three will take Ryu down first, then rendezvous with Konohamaru and defeat Matsuri altogether. Then Boruto says, what's the chance they fail, percentage-wise? And Kajin says, not that high. Boruto says, don't lie to me.
I have trust issues.
I asked you for a number. Actually, that's something Sasuke would say, believe it or not. So Sasuke truly taught him well to be skeptical of everything. So hell yeah, Sasuke taught you well. Kajin says, either way, you're not to go, Boruto. All right, we're at page 37. And so Kajin says, just like with Himawari leaving Konoha, if you were to take part in this battle, Jura would make a move. And if that happens, you will die this time. And then Kajin ends with, you are the one thing we cannot lose. And now we're at page 38. We got Jura at the bookstore collecting books. Yeah, collecting books. Wonder how he's going to pay for that. I mean, he did annihilate a few shinobis, so it's practically free at this point. It costs the lives of shinobis. So then, page 39. Looks like we're at the Hokage office. Looks like the sensory unit says, intruder alert! Chakra data matched. It's Jura. He's currently inside a bookstore in Sector C. C is in Charlie. He's at Charlie, for those who play Call of Duty or any kind of Battlefield type of game. And then Shikamaru says, ignore him. Leave him alone. Don't evacuate any civilians either. And relay to all the personnel that they're not to engage.
That's exactly right, yeah, and I don't care where it is. It can be east of the Mississippi, west of London, England, south of Mars, and north of the South Pole. It doesn't really matter, yeah.
And then, wow, okay, so looking at this panel, there's a stack of books, and Jura has money. Jura has money. Holy crap, I gotta zoom in on this. He has money. He's got money. How the hell did he get money? Did he pull it out of his belt? Well, anyway, Jura says, hold the change. It's an advance to be applied to my future purchases. And then the bookstore keeper, he says, as you wish, I look forward to seeing you again, sir. All right, you got yourself a regular. Alrighty then. So, we're at page 40. Amado, the sneaky fox he is, he's looking at a flat screen there at a computer workstation. He's popping a cigarette. I swear, he's popped more cigarettes than even Shikamaru. He really holds the record in this particular manga here. So anyway, right, and this panel here looks like his cigarette has been grabbed by Kawaki. And Amado says Kawaki. And then we go to page 41. Looks like this is the final panel of the chapter. And looks like Amado has been grabbed with that little extension of his ninja weapon by Kawaki. He has him up against the wall. And Amado says, I thought you might be dropping by. Kawaki says, I've got tons I want to say to you. But first, you're going to draw out all my powers to their fullest extent. To be continued. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Boruto to Blue Vortex Chapter 17. Let me know your thoughts of Wild Beast Cubs. What stood out to you and where do you think the story is headed next? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. Until next time, same Handsome King content, same Nerdy Bear reaction. Oh yeah!
Welcome to the big time, cause we're already here.
Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore.